Welcome to Tada Jesus Music Podcast. On this podcast, we talk about the history of Jesus music and the groups that make the music known as Jesus music. On this episode, we'll start in 1975 and go through 1981 with selections and comments about each group. Let's get started. Well, welcome. I'm glad you could join me today. My name is David Anderson, and I'll be your guide as we travel through the music of the Jesus movement. The year is 1975, and the group Talleyrand came out with their album titled First Fruits. Talleyrand was a highly obscure musical group from the 1970s Jesus music era. Their sole release, the full-length vinyl album First Fruits, is an extremely rare collector's item today. The moniker Talleyrand was not a collaborative band, but a solo pseudonym used by William David Romanowski. In the 1970s Jesus music scene, it was common for solo folk artists to adopt band-like names to give their acoustic projects a grander, more conceptual presence. Talleyrand was essentially a vehicle for the musician and songwriter William David Romanowski, who handled all primary instrumentation heard on the tracking, including vocals, acoustic guitar, and piano. The name itself is a historical nod to Charles Maurice de Talleyrand Périgord, a famous 18th century French diplomat and former bishop known for political survival and complex statecraft. The first selection we're sharing from this group is titled Legion. Lately Things Don't Seem the Same. Enjoy!
Lives down among the tombs in the shadows and the gloom. Eyes in his eye, there's someone looking out at you. Madman all the time, out of his mind, running naked in the streets, until the day when the boat crossed the lake and he sat at Jesus' feet. Lately things don't seem the same. Things don't seem the same. Seem the same. Whoa. What have I to do with you, oh Jesus, Son of God? Legion is my name, I can't break chains, but I'm begging you, oh God. Pigs, not the abyss, don't torment us, demons, God. We're bowing down to you, shuddering to, oh Jesus, Son of God. Lately things don't seem the same. Lately things don't seem the same. Seem the same. Is the gracious love that I'm feeling. Well, I'm experiencing now. I sat at his feet and felt my heart healing. Felt my heart healing now. Lately things don't seem the same. Don't seem the
The album was released in 1975 on the private indie label Superior Records, with a running time of approximately 31 minutes. The project featured all original material written by Romanowski. Musically, First Fruits sits comfortably in an acoustic folk and soft rock style common among pioneers of the era like Maranatha Music or Second Chapter of Acts. The album's title refers to the biblical principle of first fruits, the Old Testament practice of offering the very best of your harvest to God as a thanksgiving tithe. Romanowski utilized these themes of surrender, trust, and faith to shape the album's lyrical narrative. Because it was pressed in very limited quantities by an independent label, the physical vinyl is now a scarce historical artifact. It is occasionally archived and documented by specialized sites tracking rare Christian LPs. Because Talleyrand was a highly localized independent project rather than a touring band, minimal public history exists. However, production credits and historical archiving from the vinyl community provide a clearer picture of who made the record and how it was produced. The second selection we're sharing from this group is titled Sliver of Sunshine. Give a listen.
Each day the early morning sun rises above the hill. Each day the wispy wind blows clouds of daffodils, shading my eyes from the sun burning down on me. You know I feel like hanging around now that I know my life has been found. 'Cause I've been born again into new life. Sweetly love embraces all your thoughts and ways, gently crowding at the dark and lonely days, feeling inside as the Spirit moves through me. You know I never wanted to die, now that I've grown and opened my eyes. 'Cause in this deadened world I found hope. You know I never wanted to die, now that I've grown and opened my eyes. 'Cause I've been born again into new life. Sliver of sunshine splits the clouds and streams breaks the sky. Heavenly sent the word of hope reaches far and wide, building a world where there's peace for eternity. You know I feel like hanging around now that I know my life has been found. 'Cause in this dead world I found hope.
There is a female singer whose name is Annunziata, and I'm not sure if it was Bill's wife or another relative. Anyway, the album was engineered by Bud Billings. Billings was a recording engineer who primarily worked out of Michigan during the 1970s. The vinyl lacquer was cut by WME, which stands for West Midwest Engraving, a master cutting service frequently used for independent custom pressings in the Midwest during that era. Superior Records was a private press label. This means it was not a traditional record company with distribution. Rather, it was a studio service that musicians paid out of pocket to manufacture a specific number of copies to sell at local churches or community events. On modern community-driven music databases, the album is cross-categorized under contemporary folk, acoustic rock, and Christian rock. Because it never received a contemporary CD reissue or a formal digital streaming release, the only way to hear First Fruits is through surviving original vinyl copies. When copies do surface on the physical music marketplaces like Discogs, they generally trade hands among niche collectors of rare psych folk and underground Jesus movement pressings. The last selection we're sharing from this group is titled First Fruits. Here we go.
Love is the first fruits, naked in a garden of truth, bathing in rain and sunshine, tenderly clinging the vine, growing. The fruits of love will make us a sweet wine. Together, me and you in the garden, tending to the fruits, and we got them with love. Knowing all your joys and your sorrows, building on our love for tomorrow. Love. Love is the first fruits, naked in a garden of truth, bathing in rain and sunshine, tenderly clinging the vine, growing. The fruits of love will make us a sweet wine. Walking in the midst of a feeling, opening your heart and revealing love. The finest fruits are richly and purely found in life of truth and of beauty. Love. Love is the first fruits, naked in a garden of truth, bathing in rain and sunshine, tenderly clinging the vine, growing. The fruits of love will make us
Following the 1970 release of First Fruits, William David Romanowski pivoted entirely from an underground Jesus music songwriter into a highly influential, award-winning American academic, author, and media critic. Instead of continuing as a recording artist, he dedicated his career to analyzing the exact cultural forces he participated in, focusing on the intersection of religion, film, and American popular culture. Romanowski pursued higher education, earning degrees from Indiana, University of Pennsylvania, and Youngstown State University before securing a PhD in American Culture Studies from Bowling Green State University. In 1988, he joined the faculty at Calvin University in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He taught film and media studies for over 3 decades and served as an Arthur H. DeCreuter Chair in Communication before retiring as a professor emeritus. Romanowski became a noted author advocating for critical rather than dismissive Christian engagement with popular culture. His key works highlighting his scholarly impact include Eyes Wide Open, Looking for God in Popular Culture from 2001, an award-winning exploration of worldview themes in mainstream media. Reforming Hollywood, How American Protestants Fought for Freedom at the Movies from 2012, an academic study detailing the history of church censorship and industry relations. Cinematic Faith, A Christian Perspective on Movies and Meaning from 2019, a work outlining a reformed approach to film analysis. The album has remained a sought-after rarity for record collectors archiving the underground Jesus People movement. That was Talleyrand with their album titled First Fruits from 1975. Next we move to 1977 and Pat Copalello and his album titled Daybreak. Pat Copalello is a lesser-known artist from the 1970s Jesus music movement. He's best remembered for his self-penned 1977 independent Christian LP, Daybreak. The record remains a notable piece of grassroots, private press Christian folk rock from that era. Released in 1977 on a small independent label, Kerygma Records, Daybreak showcased Copalello as an acoustic singer-songwriter in the early days of contemporary Christian music. Copalello wrote all the original tracks for the project and provided the primary vocals and acoustic guitar. The first selection we're sharing from Pat is titled Talking Groovy Blues. Enjoy.
Well, I can remember it's not too hard walking down Hollywood Boulevard. Well, I remember my daddy said, son, there's all kinds of people in this world. Some are good and some are mean. Some will steal the shoes right off your feet. And I met every kind walking down that street. But the most unusual story I recall happened just outside the shopping mall while on my way to the record store. I heard a voice around the corner ask, haven't I seen you somewhere before? Being from the Midwest, young and naive, it never occurred if he had something up his sleeve, except bongos, incense, rings, and beads. Then he stared in my eyes and asked if I was free. Began to feel part of an Abbott and Costello movie. Well, kinda, I said as I shuffled my feet, trying to be a little discreet. Well, I didn't know what it was all about.
out, and I was startled when he began to shout. It's that raw Western materialism. I'll show you the way. Friends, he took me to the temple, and I didn't care when they put me in a robe and cut my hair. But tell me, what could compare with knowing the wisdom of the sages? Half price today for only a week's wages. I'm getting more knowledgeable every day. Well, excuse me, I said I beg your pardon, but my stomach over here seems to be starving. Well, I was just wondering when we get to eat, my taste buds are dying for a little meat. Well, I don't know, but I think you could tell that I must have been new to the group. He looked me over, put his hand on my shoulder, smiled and said, for you, we have a nice, big, thick, juicy bowl of pea soup with crackers. Say, you know, I was okay, but I felt my progress could be faster. Well, I decided I wanted to take lessons straight from the master. And I was sad as sad could be when I learned he split all this Western hypocrisy, making the scene in his limousine or a vigil in Vegas. All work and no retreats. Confucius said that, I think. Well, I didn't stay at the temple much too long, especially when they caught me writing this song. But the funniest thing I ever saw, under the master's picture on the wall, someone scrawled these words by hand. Did you buy a used camel from this man?
The album was recorded with a robust backing band, resulting in a warm folk fusion sound characteristic of the 1970s. The full lineup that brought the project to life included Pat Copalello on vocals and acoustic guitar, Willie Fisher on bass, George White on drums, Joe Benson and Rich Grulke on lead guitars, Becky Kochheiser on flute, Ron Davis on harmonica, Chuck Aganis and Dennis Brady on keyboards, synth, and engineering, and Jan Zilkowski on production and design. Due to its limited private pressing, the original Daybreak vinyl LP is highly obscure and has become a sought-after collector's item among fans of vintage and private press Jesus music. You can explore the exact track list, personnel, and catalog numbers on Discogs. The second selection we're sharing from Pat is titled Sure Was Lucky. Give a listen.
Standing in your vagrant clothes, I had nothing to expect, but all those highway promises made to me I can't forget. I knew things were going wrong, were getting way out of line. When they asked me what the matter was, I nearly lost my mind. Sure was lonely when I was lost. Sure was lucky to get across. Sure was lonely when I was lost. Sure was lucky to get across. Standing like a stranger now, I held the mirror high. You could see all the danger in everybody's eyes. And when you've got nothing to give, it's just too hard to take. Like some desperate outlaw, I'd die or escape. Sure was lonely when I was lost. Sure was lucky to get across. Sure was lonely when I was lost. wonder with your disguise so well in place, crying out for paradise while laughing in my face. Sure was lonely when I was lost. Sure was lucky to get across. Sure was lonely when I was lost. Sure was lucky to get across.
Pat followed his debut album Daybreak by joining the Christian progressive folk group Oasis, contributing to their highly regarded 1978 album Promised Land. Critics and historians note that Copalello drew heavily stylistic inspiration from Bob Dylan in his delivery and songwriting structure. Following the localized release of Daybreak through Kerygma Studio in Harvey, Illinois, Copalello integrated into the larger vintage Jesus music scene. He joined Oasis as a prominent early Christian band that featured acclaimed vocalist John DeJong and a young Sheila Walsh, who later became a major contemporary Christian star and author. He is officially credited as a full band member on their 1978 LP Promised Land, which was tracked in the UK and produced by legendary British contemporary music pioneer John Pantry. Music historians at specialized archives like the Archivist Jesus Music Project classify Copalello's personal work as an impressive custom rock style. His vocal delivery often mirrored mid-period Dylan, set against a rich backdrop of electric guitars and 1970s synthesizers. The last selection we're sharing from Pat is titled, He'll Do the Same for You. Here we go.
I didn't think I'd ever know till he touched my very soul. He was with me all the time, time and time again. He took me from where I've been, he'll do the same for you. Around and round I searched in vain, until at last I called his name. I didn't feel so out of place I saw the beauty of his grace. He dried the tears from off my face, and he'll do the same for you. Say it one more time again. Jesus will see you through the end. He only wants but to give new life you can receive. Is it so hard to believe that he'll do the same for you? Oh, I didn't think I'd ever know till he touched my very soul. He was with me all the time, time and time again. He washed me clean from all my sin, and he'll do the same for you.
Daybreak was copyrighted under Catacombs Music, a tie-in to the grassroots Christian coffeehouse movement popular during the Jesus Revolution. In his later years, Copalello shifted his life path away from music industry to enter pastoral ministry. He serves as an ordained priest, working as a chaplain and rector at St. Peter's Anglican Church, located in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That was Pat Copalello with his album titled Daybreak from 1977. Next we move to 1978 with the group Nutshell and their album titled Begin Again. Nutshell was a prominent British contemporary Christian music group active from early 1970s until 1981. Originally named Jesus Revolution, the band was formed by Paul Field, Heather Barlow, and Pam Thiel. They were revered for their lush vocal arrangements, frequently compared to the American folk rock group Second Chapter of Acts. The trio adopted the name Nutshell prior to releasing their debut album In Your Eyes in 1976. This followed by the acclaimed album Fly Away in 1977. Following the release of Fly Away, original members Heather Barlow and Pam Thiel departed the group. Paul Field revamped the band by bringing in new female vocalists Annie McCraig and Mo McCafferty. This new lineup released 2 more LPs, including Begin Again in 1978 and Believe It or Not in 1979. The band later shortened their name to Network 3 for their final secular singles in 1980 and 1981 before ultimately disbanding. The first selection we're sharing from Nutshell is titled Love with No Limit. Enjoy.
So strong.
Never knew anything so strong. It's gonna be love, gonna be from now on.
Despite the complete departure of the original female vocalists, contemporary reviewers and fans noted that McCraig and McCafferty replicated the band's trademark seamless vocal blend so perfectly that casual listeners didn't even realize the lineup had changed. Issued in 1978 on Christian record label Myrrh and later in the U.S. in 1979, Begin Again was the third album from Nutshell. The title Begin Again directly referenced the total refresh of the band's lineup, marking a new chapter for Paul Field and the two new vocalists. The album featured Field's signature songwriting alongside rich 1970s pop, folk, and easy listening musical production. The lush soundscapes were aided by session musicians including guitarist Norman Barrett and keyboardist Ron Edwards, who also served as co-producer alongside Roger Hand and John Miller. Notable tracks on the album include Love with No Limit, Don't Let Me Fall, Caroline, and The Dancer. The second selection we're sharing from this group is titled Heaven in Your Heart. Give a listen.
Turn down your stereo, let the record fade. Listen to the music in your heart. Listen to the harmonies that God alone has made, beautifully perfecting every part. Tear down the masquerade, let your feelings show. Listen to the music in your head. Were the ones with tears to watch your pain and sorrow grow. There is laughter now instead. You can see, you got the light. You can dance, you got the right. You're gonna find heaven in your heart tonight. No more pretending, no more make-believe. Just let the music fill your life. The cold days are passing, storm clouds start to leave. Where there once was darkness, there is light. You can see, you got the light. You can dance, you got the right. You're gonna find heaven in your heart tonight. Jesus surrounds you, you need never feel afraid. Just let the music start. Turn down your stereo, let the record fade. Listen to the music in your heart. You can see, you got the light. You can dance, you got the right. You're gonna find heaven in your heart tonight. You can see, you got the light. You can dance, you got the right. You're gonna find heaven in your heart tonight. You're gonna find heaven in your heart tonight. You can see, you got the light. You can dance, you got the right. You can see, you got the light. You can dance, you got the right. You can see, you got the right. You can dance, you got the right. You can see.
Nutshell's transition around Begin Again marked a pivotal evolution from the localized acoustic folk trio into a highly polished, studio-driven pop rock outfit. After releasing their fourth album, Believe It or Not, in 1979, the new trio lineup of Paul Field, Annie McCraig, and Mo McCafferty changed their name to Network 3. They toured exclusively across the UK and Europe as an opening act and backing vocalists for British pop legend Cliff Richard. Richard even produced their final two secular pop singles, Last Train Home, 1980, and Dangerous Game in 1981, contributing backing vocals to the tracks. To fill out the sonic landscape, the album utilized legendary UK session musicians. Norman Barrett, the electric guitarist, was a legendary figure in British Christian rock, also famous for leading the progressive rock band, the Barrett Band. John G. Perry, the bassist who provided the rhythmic foundation, was well known for his work with prominent progressive rock bands like Caravan and Quantum Jump. Barry DeSouza, a premier session drummer who worked with mega artists like Lou Reed, David Bowie, and Rick Wakeman. The last selection we're sharing from this group is titled Don't Let Me Fall. Here we go.
Don't let me fall from you. It's such a long way down, and I know my heart would be broken long before I ever hit the ground. Don't let me fall from you. Not now, I've come so far, and I really do believe I'm beginning to understand who you really are. Don't let me fall even when I cry, because no friends can be found. Oh, don't let me lose it all. Now I've come so high. Oh, please, don't let me look down. No, no, no. Don't let me fall. Don't let me fall. Don't let me fall from you. And I've never been that much of a climber. I'm too afraid of heights, but she brought me higher than my wildest imaginings, through every day, yes, and through some lonely nights. We've come a long way down this road since when I first met you, and there's a long way still left to go, but every step gives me a better view. Sometimes I stumble and I feel afraid, when it seems my foothold's not so true. There's no way home, I've thrown my ticket away. Oh, hold me, I believe in you. Don't let me fall.
late-era vocalists Annie McCraig and Mo McCafferty transitioned into highly sought-after session musicians, providing backing vocals for numerous mainstream pop rock artists. Principal songwriter Paul Fields launched a celebrated solo career. He became a prolific musical theater composer, writing musicals like Daybreak and Visions, and wrote the massive hit Testify to Love. The song became a multi-week #1 U.S. Christian hit for the group Avalon, and it was later covered by Winona Judd for the Touched by an Angel television soundtrack. Today, the group's legacy remains highly regarded within vintage English Jesus music circles. You can explore and listen to the restored tracks from the album on Paul Fields' Bandcamp page. That was the group Nutshell with their album titled Begin Again from 1978. Next, we move to 1981 with Brown Bannister and his album titled Talk to One Another. Brown Bannister is a highly acclaimed contemporary Christian music producer and songwriter. While most famous for shaping the sound of artists like Amy Grant and Stephen Curtis Chapman, he released one solo album, Talk to One Another, in 1981, which remains a beloved and thoughtful record among Christian music fans. Born in Topeka, Kansas, Brown Bannister grew up in Fort Worth, Texas. He initially attended Abilene Christian University on a pre-med track. While in college, his spiritual life deepened, prompting him to shift focus and pick up a guitar. He graduated in 1975 with a degree in mass communications. He relocated to Nashville via what he calls divine coincidence, quickly embedding himself into the radical Jesus music counterculture, meeting at the Belmont Church. He originally taught Sunday school at the Belmont Church of Christ, where he mentored and discovered a young Amy Grant. The first selection we're sharing from Brown is titled Carry On. Enjoy.
When the struggle is made you too tired to swim, and you're fighting the fear that you're near the end, and losing the strength to go on. How many times have you been this way, when you couldn't break into the light of day? But didn't he bring you through anyway? And didn't he say, carry on?
After making a name for himself by producing and engineering B.J. Thomas's Grammy Award-winning record Home Where I Belong in 1976, Bannister quickly established himself as a dominant producer in Christian music. Over a multi-decade career, he has earned 15 Grammy Awards, over 20 Dove Awards, and induction into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. Bannister stepped out from behind the soundboard in 1981 to release his only solo album, Talk to One Another, on New Pax Records. The album showcases his soft rock vocal style, often earning him comparisons to James Taylor. The record featured contributions from numerous notable artists and session musicians, including Ed DeGarmo on the Hammond B3 organ, Michael W. Smith, Kathy Tricoli, and Bob Farrell. The title track, Talk to One Another, delivers a strong message about dismantling emotional walls and building bridges between hearts through open, Christ-like communication. 5 years after its original release, the album was reissued in 1986 on Reunion Records. This version included a newly recorded rendition of the album's final cut, Created Me a Clean Heart, which featured guest vocals by Amy Grant and her then-husband, Gary Chapman. The second selection we're sharing from Brown is titled Talk to One Another. Give a listen.
Talk to one another. We got to learn to talk it out. We got to know exactly what the other's about. But when we talk to one another, just like the Father gave up, we've got to learn to say it in love. Sometimes people push their feelings inside when things get under the skin. Little splinters may not show, collect them and they seem to grow right into the heart. They can push you apart. Talk to one another. We've got to learn to talk it out. We've got to know exactly what the other's about. But when we talk to one another, just like the Father gave up, we've got to learn to say it in love. We got the brother to the brother. We got the husband to his wife. We've got a universal problem. Can you see it in your life? Talk about the weather and you talk about the day, but you never really say the things you need to say. Talk to one another. We've got to learn to talk it out. We've got to know exactly what the other's about. But when we talk to one another, just like the Father gave up, oh, we've got to learn to say it in love. Talk to the man who makes the mortar. Music, your pride that builds the walls. You've got to make a special effort if they're ever gonna fall. You can't kick it over. You've got to take it stone by stone. And as it crumbles all apart, you build a bridge between your hearts. Talk to one another. We've got to learn to talk it out. We've got to know exactly what the other's about. But when we talk to one another, just like the Father gave up, oh, we've got to learn to say it, just like Jesus always said it. We all need to say it.
Bannister has produced records that have sold over 50 million copies collectively. Bannister served as an assistant producer and songwriter on Amy Grant's self-titled 1977 debut album. He went on to produce her seminal multi-platinum albums like Age to Age in 1982 and Lead Me On in 1988. Beyond Amy Grant and Stephen Curtis Chapman, he has produced albums for secular crossover giants like Kenny Rogers, Steve Wariner, and B.J. Thomas, as well as CCM powerhouses like Mercy Me, Third Day, and CeCe Winans. He won the Gospel Music Association's Producer of the Year award 5 separate times. In 2024, his 4-decade career was formally honored with his induction into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. The last selection we're sharing from Brown is titled Create in Me a Clean Heart. Here we go.
Create in me a clean heart, O Lord, my God, and renew a right spirit within me. Create in me a clean heart, O Lord, my God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, O Lord. Take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore to me the joy of thy salvation, O Lord, and renew a right spirit within me. Create in me a clean heart, O Lord, my God, and renew a right spirit within me. Create in me a clean heart, O Lord, my God, and renew a right spirit within me. Within me.
Music remains a deep part of the Bannister family heritage. His daughter, Ellie Holcomb, born Elizabeth Asher Bannister, is a highly successful CCM and folk singer-songwriter. She won a Dove Award for Best New Artist in 2014. Bannister actually produced her acclaimed 2017 album, Red Sea Road. His younger daughter, Carly, is also a musician and songwriter who frequently collaborates within the Nashville music community. Bannister has been married to his wife, Debbie, since 1981. He has openly shared that the intense pressure of producing Amy Grant's Lead Me On album created severe strain on his marriage, forcing him to establish a healthier work-life balance that ultimately saved and revitalized his family life. Bannister currently serves as a director emeritus and assistant professor at Lipscomb University School of Music in Nashville. At Lipscomb, he launched a faculty-led, student-run independent record label to give aspiring young industry professionals hands-on training in the modern music business. That was Brown Bannister with his album titled Talk to One Another from 1981. Well, that's all the time we have for today's podcast. I hope you enjoyed our journey as we explored the different groups from the Jesus movement. Please join us again for the next episode as we dive more into the music we call Jesus music. Also, if you have enjoyed and appreciated this podcast, please like and subscribe and give us a 5-star review and tell other friends you know about our podcast. God bless, and we'll see you next time on Tada Jesus Music Podcast. This has been a Tada Music production.